wtih.com. Eoghan Lavin. Owen, a big week coming up for you. You're in the middle of
Yes,
trying to do a Where's Wally on finding your car. I don't know if you found it or not, but how are we?
got it. Just got it. Listen, we had to take care of business today. Show the Matchroom boys how to run this morning. So
Okay.
smoked all of them and then forgot where my car was. But we got it now. We got it now. We got it. We keep moving. But yeah, um, start of a big week this time next week. Um, yeah, I'll be getting ready to win and throw some leather.
Tell me, how's fight camp been under the eyes of and Anthony Crolla, and an amazing lad himself, but.
Yeah,
How's another week? And I guess like you're always in the gym and you're always working. It seems like you're never out of the gym, so it's kind of just it's another week for you. You know, it's just another fight and another fight camp.
that's it. Look, um, one thing I've always been throughout my career is professional. I take my training very professional. So look, I've moved over to Manchester by myself, and I don't have a family or anything over here or any friends. Apologies for any background noise. Um, we're here for business, so I train 2-3 times a day. If I'm not in MC Rolla, I'm in doing strength and conditioning out in Lean, out in Bury, or else I'm working my way myself in the gym. Don't leave the gym. I've put in a big camp. I've put in a big tough camp. It's been brilliant though. Of the 3 camps, each one I can just see how much better I'm getting. Each time under Anthony, under Ian Harrison, and just working with all the boys in the gym. So this camp has been by far the best so far. Sparring this week has been easily the best I've been in a long time, and we improve so much each week that that's what we're here for. It's like it's expensive living here in Manchester. You're here in camp, you're pumping out money, you're not getting paid each week, but when you see the progress it's coming at the end of each week, you can just know, right, okay, it's worth it now. You know you're building towards a particular goal. Um, Me being off so long as an amateur, I'm probably saying it before, activity was key for me. So me being off so long at the end of COVID and injury and all that, I I've been building to get back to Eoghan Lavon, and I'm now getting back to what Eoghan Lavon's about, and I'm improving, um, improving massively.
Can you feel that each day in camp, where, as you said, you're getting back to Eoghan Lavin, the lad that you were during the amateurs, but can you feel that every day in camp when you're sparring, when you're hitting the bags, the pads, when you're going on those long early morning runs that I know every
That's it.
boxer despises? But
Yeah,
I guess you can feel it. It's slowly coming back. Everything's coming back now.
100%. Look, I was always known as an amateur for being. If you got 2 or 3 rounds of me, you've done well.
Yeah,
Um, Whereas I had to building into a senior, kind of breaking into high performance. They didn't want me being. They wanted me being a particular fencing kind of style,
yeah,
and I, I suppose I kind of picked up a couple of bad habits by mixing both them styles,
yeah,
as opposed to taking little bits from both and taking what's good and adding it to my own style. I
yeah,
think they tried to change my style a bit,
yeah,
but Anthony and Ian, people overlooking Harrison in the gym, but Ian does a lot of work with us. Ian's a good man.
yeah.
But I they've what's good about me and what has always worked for me is what they love in my style. So they're bringing that back out of me, and they're developing that more into me. It's like I seen this week especially massively. They're like, fucking let your hands go. They're like
Yeah.
Ian is always telling me Ian's very cutthroat. He's very straight to the point.
Do you kind
Like,
of push,
yeah,
as you're saying, where Ian was saying, let your hands go? It was, were
yeah,
you kind of, what were you kind of taking a back step, if you get me, in a way, just like
a
not
little bit.
showing enough, if
Look,
you get me?
people don't appreciate, I think, the transition from amateur to pro.
Yeah,
And don't get me wrong, there's a couple, and I see it a lot in the Irish scene. They transition, they box a couple of balloons that'll fall over that is about 5 weights below them, and they think, all right, this is it. You have not transitioned properly. I've signed with Queensberry. My first fight, Vassiv Mamadov, tough, hard Russian man.
yeah,
And I learned a lot from that fight to the point where, right, these boys are really tough. They're like, I think he is something like 80, 90 fights. I think he's been stopped like
They
twice.
don't come to fall over, if you get me on.
That's it. The boys have been fighting. They've been tests. This French lad is supposed to be a big test, so we'll see. But I've learned so much from the last two fights that you're going to see a big performance this time and a big difference in me. And I have two other fight dates lined up. So hopefully there's no banging heads or anything to cut it. But I can see myself coming back out a lot in this camp. We've seen it in the last fight.
Yeah.
And I came out.
I seen it ringside. I was sitting ringside, and I was very grateful to be.
I said when I came out, and I said to Ian and Anthony, I said, you know what? If I had 6 rounds there, I would have got him out of it.
Yeah.
And Ian's looking at me. He said, "Listen, you had 4 rounds. You could have got him out of it, but he said you left it too late to stick it on him."
Yeah.
I said, "I know." So this boy, I know with this opponent, I'm not going to have to go looking for him. He knocked out the last time he boxed the Queensberry boy. He
knocked him out
heavily. He knocked out Jack. He knocked out Jack Oliphant. Heavily knocked him out. So I know he's going to come. I know how. I've seen a couple social medias that he's put up.
Of you, I've kind of fired shots towards you.
More firing shots, more at Queensberry because he said Queensberry's made the same mistake twice. They've brought him back. They brought him back to do another job. But we'll see. Look, I'm a different fighter to Jack Oliphant, and someone that's going to come and open up on me early on. They're
making the mistake.
They better be quick. They better get the hands back quick. No, I could be wrong. Maybe we'll I hope not.
But. No, but I just want to talk about Belfast. The absolute honour and privilege, I guess, to have your friends, your family, your mates, just everyone who was close around you to finally have them at your second fight or at a fight eventually so early to go. I say that was something that was really, really special on.
It was, and you know what? However far I do go as a professional boxer, the one thing I know straight away now, and I talked to Anthony about it, and I remember I was talking to Ricky Hatton about it, and he was saying like the biggest achievement in his career, beyond being world champion and all that, was the fan base that he had and the supporters that he had. And I know already now, no matter how far I go or don't go in the sport, the one thing I can always say is I had an amazing, and I will have an amazing fans, or not so much fans, friends and family. Like even for this fight to Birmingham, which is very awkward for people to get to because the flights from Knock don't work, so they've all got to go to Dublin and stuff like that. I've still done like 50, 60 tickets, and they're 50, 60 different ones. In London, I done about 90 tickets for your call, on my debut. I done about 90 again for Belfast, and they make noise. But look, hopefully, Sorry?
You're reaching the 100 mark.
Listen, give me a fight closer to people. Not even closer.
Yeah.
I was supposed to fight in Liverpool. I was supposed to fight in Liverpool in October. I would have done 300 tickets, easily.
Yeah.
Put me in Mayo. I fill out. Listen, give me a thing in Mayo. I'll do
Imagine.
That's it. I've told. Look, we've had the talks. Hopefully for the end of next year. Hopefully, I'd like a domestic one there. But I'll sell that out in an hour. I've got such a support behind me that no matter how far I go in my career, I know I'll always have that gang with me, whether I fight in America or whether I fight in Mayo.
Yeah.
I know I can always rely on the little army to come out. So however far I do go in my career, that'll always be probably one of my biggest achievements.
Talk to me about the cut. Did that cut annoy you in the second fight? It looks nasty enough from where I could see it. I looked back a few of the photos, and Mark Mead, great photographer. He took a few photos, and there was a nasty one that was just over the eye. It looked fairly bad. But can you just talk about the cut, and is there any? There it is. It was right there. Can you just tell me about the recovery of that cut, and did it annoy you in any way when you were in the ring or when it happened? And
it didn't. Do you know when it happened? It was funny enough because it happened literally after the last 10 seconds went. We banged heads. I caught him a backhand. He kind of came off the ropes and fell back down, and he clipped my eye. And you know what? I looked at him and I seen there was blood splashed on him. So this all happened in a split second. That you look, and I tried to see where he was bleeding. And then I could feel it pumping down my face. I was like, oh shit, I'm bleeding. So then I kind of got a little bit, I was like, who are you cutting? I stuck it on him for the last 5 seconds. But look, at that time, there and then, the fight was over. I won the fight. I didn't really think too much of it. Ian done a good job holding it together in the corner. So I come back, got the stitches, came out. I was like, look, I didn't manage to get the stoppage, but I knew I learned a lot in the fight, so I was happy how the fight went.
Yeah.
I knew, look, that boy had boxed a lot of prospects. He boxed a lot of names here. I actually seen a couple of them today, a couple of the matchroom boys he's boxed. He's caused them all big problems. He didn't cause me any problems. He got a draw with Sam King.
Yeah.
But I thought I handled him well. So when I came out, I was thinking, right, you're relieved that the night when you won, you didn't let anyone down.
Yeah.
You see all your fans, all your friends, your family. You don't really think about it, but where the cut did start affecting me was, so obviously I got a month's suspension for the cut. So the British board took my license off me for a month. And then I started missing opportunities, but I was still in camp, so I was paying out rent, paying out everything. The cost of camp was still there, but you're missing fight dates, and they're taking fight dates off you. And then you're thinking, right, this cut at the time I didn't think it bothered me, but now it's cost me thousands of pounds. So that's when it starts. But thankfully the team they've got me back out in this one, and hopefully all going well. I'll have 3 fights in 3 months. November, December, January. So that happens, then I'm back on track. Main thing for me was activity. I've had to change. This fight was going to be a 6-rounder, but with the cut and with the rush to just get on shows, I've said, right, give me a 4-rounder. So it's easier to get a 4-round opponent. They're still struggling. Do you know what? They struggle a little bit to get opponents, I think. But I've took this fight again in middleweight. So I think they're interested to see how I handle Remi.
Do you think the reason why, and you can give me your reason here, but do you think the reason why they're trying to find opponents is because they're looking you up and they're seeing your amateur days, like, okay, this guy can actually bang, like this guy can actually punch, and there's kind of a bit of a let back from the journeyman. They're like, I don't really want to take that risk, if you get me in a way.
That's it. Look, the rules over here is Johnny Menga stopped. He's not fighting again for, I think it's a month. I'm not sure. But they don't want that. First 2 fights, look, I've needed them 4 rounds in. I could have went in and stuck it on them in the first round. When I catch someone, I'm going to hurt them. It doesn't matter how tough they are. When I catch them, I'm going to hurt them. I've not, if you watch the fight, gone in, I've got the rounds, I've got the experience. That's what's going to stand to me going on against 2 tough, good journeymen. And that to me was a big welcome to the pros.
Yeah.
Now look, I'm not looking to do any extra rounds. If I see a knockout, I'll take it. But I'm happy to gain experience with these lads. I think a lot of them look at who I work with. They look at, I'm with Frank Warren, I'm with 258 and Anthony Joshua and the guys.
Yeah, the only boxer in the world that's signed with 258 and Queensberry. Because I was discussing this with and you know what I'm going to say next. I was discussing this with Connor last night. I actually was in the local with a few of the lads. I was in the local with a few of the lads, and next minute Connor like taps me on my chest. I'm like, "You're the lad from Irish boxing." I'm like, "Oh Jesus, here we go." And it was Connor. We started talking about you, and you're going to over to the fight, and he's gone over to your fight, and we were like, "Yeah." Sat there, was like, "You're the only guy that's signed by."
Both fights, they've been at both fights. Connor and his family, they own the White House Cup in Queensberry.
Yeah,
they've been they've been a huge support. I think I have one of my team jerseys from my last fight is
it's hung up below the TV. Yeah, it's hung up below the TV. Yeah.
Been a massive thingy, but I'm the only one at the minute. Anyway, I'm the only one that's with Frank, who at the minute he's clear of being the best promoter in the world at the minute.
Yeah, we've seen the 5v5. We've seen
absolutely. Look, he's I think he's 11-1 against Matchroom.
It's 11-0. It's 11-0.
I think Sky Nicholson brought it back to 11-1.
But listen, but like in terms of the 5v5 and like big fight dates, was there any fight dates you can say now that that was interest for after the license was taken off and people were ringing there saying, "Can you do this? Can you do that?" Is there any ones that you can say that have already happened that you were interested or that there was interest in you being taken?
Look, the big one that I was happy to get on was that one in Liverpool, the Nick Ball card, and I
Yeah.
was on that show. I was listed to be on that show,
Yeah.
and things just happened that I didn't get on it. They wanted me on this one. Look, this Birmingham show is like Queensberry's big show for the year.
Yeah.
The the no, they're putting it all in. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You've got me, you've got Liam, you've got Chantal Cameron on it. You've got a big card, and they said, look, we want you on that card. So I am where I am now. It makes no odds. There's no point in looking back. I was disappointed not to get that October show, just because with it being in Liverpool, the Irish does love a night out in Liverpool.
Oh, yeah.
So I was going to do big tickets. I was going to do big tickets for Liverpool. But it didn't happen. We'll do okay tickets for Birmingham, and then we'll do big tickets for December, and do massive tickets for a huge show in January. But can't say too much about that one.
I remember something being heard ages ago. I don't know if this is someone just like taking my leg, but was there any word of you being on one of the Joshua cards on the Matchroom X Queensberry cards?
There was a little bit when I think my debut was the little thing about it, but there was different things, licenses and stuff like that, and there's different rules regarding the license and about where I could make my debut and different things like that. But look, as you were mentioning there, I'm in a pretty strong position regarding all this stuff out in Saudi and whatnot. Yeah. Frank Warren is the promoter from them shows, so Turkey, even that last show that was on, Frank Warren is the main promoter. Yeah. So he promotes the show with the other promoters, and Anthony Joshua has been like the main name there. So I'm the only one that's with both. So 258 and Queensberry work together so closely on running them shows. Yeah. I kind of have a hand in both pots. So
that's nice. That's nice.
Look, we're not trying to rush anything. I know when you're turning over first, you're like, I want this. Yeah. As I say, it's building in the gym. It's learning. I'm a long way off where I need to get to, but each week we're getting a lot closer. So I know there's no look. I'm only 21. I'm not in any. Listen, if they want to come with a big payday now when I'm 21, absolutely.
Let's have it.
But,
have you talked to AJ at all since his loss against Ecuador?
I'm not talking to him since his fight. I probably what I will do is after I box in Birmingham next week, I'll go down to London and I'll meet up with him and go into the gym. Probably get a session in beside him. So yeah, I'll probably see them then. But since his fight, I've been back. I've been just head down, stuck in camp. Yeah. So we're trying to leave no stone unturned for this one. It's a big opportunity for me this next week. Yeah. I think we have a press conference Thursday, weigh-in Friday, and then we're ready to rock on Saturday. So I've not travelled down to London. I've not spoke to him. But I spoke to the team. I know he's doing well and whatnot. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you concerned at all after Owen? After you've seen what happened?
Look, I don't know because I kind of changed my mind a few times. Yeah. It was a big it's a big knockout. Do you know what? I'm actually going now after this. I'm going back to Anthony Crolla in the hotel, and I'll be having a coffee with Kieran Farrell, who was doing the boss corner.
Kieran Farrell, BEM. What a guy.
Yeah. So Kieran was doing Daniel's corner that night. Yeah. And Kieran, I boxed Daniel's brother, Prince. So I know them, and I was happy for them. But obviously, I wasn't happy to see what happened, Anthony. But look, he made a lot of money that night, so there was no loser. He took a dig. He went down. It's heavyweight boxing. As far as I've heard back from talking with the guys, he's in a good place, back training. Anthony will always take a lot of criticism, whether he wins or loses. Yeah. He's going to get slated. Yeah. He's healthy, he's happy, and he's a very, very wealthy man. So whether he's won from boxing, he's won in life. whatever he does next, and like whatever he does next, his next fight, he'll still make more in that one fight than 99.99% of boxers will make in their whole career. So, I think no matter what he does next, whether he manages to secure the 3-time or not, he's done well and he's going to continue doing well.
One last question. What can we expect from Eoghan Lavon this time next week on Saturday night in Birmingham?
You know what? I change my mind every couple of minutes. I think, okay, yeah, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna ice him. I'm gonna put him out. But what I can promise is whether I do that or not, it'll depend on the night. See, I won't even know myself until I'm in there and I'm jabbing him, and I feel what he has got to give me of how I want the fight to go. Whether I think right, I can learn a lot off doing the 4 rounds of this guy, or whether I say right, it's time to get rid of you. But what I can promise is a lively performance, and I'm gonna follow my game plan, follow it properly, and yeah, we're gonna have a good night. There's gonna be 30 or 40 Mayo men going fucking crazy over there. So
yeah, including Connor.
Connor's coming too. Yeah, we'll have Connor, man. So look, all I can promise is I'm gonna do my best to put in a big entertaining show. Frank's going to be there with me. Frank will be ringside watching. I'll show him why he's paying me what he pays me. And, why he needs to pay me more.
Eoghan, on that note, thank you so much. And I know myself and the Irish boxing lads will all be excited now for you on Saturday night. We'll all be getting behind you as always and supporting you. So as always, Eoghan, it's really appreciated. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks for having me on.